Hey, welcome everybody to the SideQuest, your weekly journey into the wonderful world of video games, video game culture, and the geeks who are a part of that, as well as other things. I am one of your lovely hosts, Dolly Domofsky. Joining me to my left and your right, the one, the only JJ Holder.
You're right. I am always right.
Oh, God. And our very special guest, Doc. No, just kidding.
Everyone, please enjoy.
Please enjoy this short statement. No, it's been a week. We're going to get into all the big news this week and some of the smaller news, and then we're going to get to some of the stuff we've been playing, as well as some pretty cool previews, as one might say. JJ, how's your week been going, buddy?
That's fine. Went to a cool comic book convention on.
Oh yeah, what was
Sunday.
that?
Washington SummerCon. I just every time there's a convention locally, I go. I collect comics. I just I've got a list. Me and my cousin always go to conventions, and we try to fill in what we're looking for. I had a pretty good time. I got some cool stuff. One of the things I was looking for was an issue of Daredevil. It was issue 102 of Daredevil, and it's a minor key because it is the first work that Chris Claremont ever did, like professionally.
Oh wow, yeah.
So he would go on to be pretty much everything you think about the X-Men came from Chris Claremont.
Yes.
Everything about the mutants, like because he created the New Mutants, Excalibur, stuff like that. Like
X Factor, did you do X Factor as well?
He didn't create X Factor, but like that was during his time. So
yeah.
But that came before him, and X Factor was like initially like because remember like they did the all new X-Men kind of thing.
Sure.
And the original X-Men just splintered off and became X Factor while they had the new X-Men with like Colossus and Wolverine and stuff. So that's what that was.
And then those X Factor changed as well.
Yeah. I got a couple of cool comics signed by creators.
Okay.
Dan Jurgens, who worked on Death of Superman. I have a sealed poly bag.
I saw that. That's cool.
I got him to sign that.
I saw your post. That's nice.
Yeah, he was there. Got my Superman signed. Jim Shooter was there, who was like editor-in-chief of Marvel when he saved Marvel for a spell, but then also kind of killed Marvel for a bit. And he's the writer and mastermind behind the original Secret Wars.
Sure.
So I got my Secret Wars issue 8 signed by him, which is the black suit, like not the introduction, but the how he got it, and also Avengers 200 signed by him, which is just absolutely insane issue of the Avengers. It's like Miss Marvel finds out that her like son time travels to impregnate her with himself, kind of weird nonsense.
Wild.
It's some wild stuff. Jim Shooter is a messed up guy. He went to go co-create Valiant Comics. After he got fired from Marvel. And Jim Starlin, the creator of pretty much everything at Cosmic Marvel, like the Infinity Gauntlet is him. Like the MCU is 100% thankful to Jim Starlin. So I was able to get probably 2 of his biggest comics ever: the first issue Infinity Gauntlet and the Death of Captain Marvel signed, which is very exciting.
That's awesome. That is,
and I got to meet professional wrestler Sting. That was cool.
Rest in peace. Yeah, no, that's cool.
But yeah, that was a good day. That's always fun.
That's sweet. Yeah, your photos are great. I always love. I love when you go to the events and check out cool stuff because it just makes me jealous. And then you're always like, these are the comics that I bought. And I'm like, dang it, I wish I remember. Yeah, I got my stack of comics at home here that I'm looking to sell.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to count in my head.
Today.
1, 2. I think I have like 7 short boxes filled with comics stacked up in my closet. And they're themed. Like if it's an X-Men box, it's filled exclusively with mutant comics or whatever.
Yeah, same here. I have that too. Yeah, I have that too.
Because they make branded short boxes, not just the plain white cardboard. You can get ones with like Transformers or X-Men or Batman.
I have my Mutant box. I have my Avengers box. I have my Spider-Man box. And then I have like I have my Image box and my DC box because they're just kind of thrown together. I didn't have, I've always been a big Marvel guy, even when I was younger, because of the X-Men, which I'm so excited. If they can do it right when they bring them back in,
I mean,
the MCU,
X-Men and Spider-Man are like, that's my 1 and 2. Okay. It's like X-Men, Spider-Man, Batman. Like those are my 3. Those are my
nice.
That's my 3. And then like Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing, sweet. Yeah. Swamp Thing is always great though.
Yeah. Great. Alan Moore Swamp Thing is wild.
Oh yeah. Alan Moore, anything is wild. But all right, well, let's get into, speaking of things that are wild, let's get into the news, and let's just get right into the big news of the day. And that is that there's a brand new version. No, just kidding. I'm going to share this. I hate to share this Twitter message, but I'm going to share this Twitter message.
It's 45-minute long. I'm gonna make this brief.
I like to make a quick statement. That's a long ass quick statement, bro. This is the quick statement that your lawyer.
Twitter Blue was designed for apologies, I guess.
I was say we are presenting this so that you don't have to click. We're doing you a favor. That way you're not giving any extra views to Dr. Disrespect. The big story that's been breaking, really the only story since the Nintendo Direct.
It's kind of the only video game news of the last couple of days of like deep significance, because like it or not, Dr. Disrespect was a massive Twitch streamer. It's directly involved with video games. It's not really our wheelhouse for the show. Maybe in the Discord, we've been having a ball. It's just one of those things where it's like, I wish somebody else didn't have to suffer to be able to have this much fun on, to like dunk on somebody this hard. But man,
popcorn. There you go. I got my Cheetos. Here we go. You gonna have popcorn? I have Deja tu Huela.
Oh, I saw those.
Yeah. I'm gonna get these Cheetos crunchy salsa con queso flavored.
If we're gonna talk about snacks, I do want to say that the AMC movie theater chain sells bagged popcorn in stores now, and it's actually like really fucking good. Sorry,
our chain over here does
7 minutes. But like you can
get that's the 5-minute mark.
But like in grocery stores, like I was in Fred Meyer, which I think is Kroger for everyone else.
Okay.
And they just have bags of
they're good.
Like, so it's very good. I recommend it if you see it, because it's like butter in the bag. Those, What is it? Is it spicy? What is it?
No, it's just like salsa con queso. There's like so it's just tiniest little bit of spice, but it's more about the salsa aspect.
The tomato.
Yeah.
Because like, what is it? Ketchup, potato chips are so big in Canada.
Anyways, Dr. Disrespect.
So,
the story goes.
Chatting with a minor back when.
Let's
Twitch
go all the way back with Dr. Disrespect. Hey, what's up? And that is that he was he with the one caught filming in the
he was at E3 and he was filming streaming live, not just filming live, but streaming live in the men's group at E3.
It's funny because I saw him go in. This is back when he was just small fry, right?
I mean, I saw him go in. Say that, but like even then he was not a small fry.
Yep, that's right. Live streaming in the bathroom during the final that final E3.
Yeah, he's the one that killed it. No.
He's the one that killed E3. Yeah, but no, he was live streaming in the bathroom as he was going through and just trying to be living that shtick that he's got. The shock jock.
This was during the time also when like live streaming was becoming like increasingly bigger on streaming platforms, and it was just like that sort of conceptually of like, how offensive can I be while kind of straddling the line of acceptability?
How much of that envelope can I push?
Because like that was like, the guy is playing a character, but it's not like it's professional wrestling or something. Like, you can play a character, but you can't involve people that aren't in on it.
Yes, correct.
Like you can be a dipshit. He could have like if you did this in your own like home studio with like you if like IGN, like it's because everyone's in on it. You've created an atmosphere where it's like, no, this is just a bit and we're just gonna play.
Or
it.
if you set up a spot and invited people to come in and they chose to come in. This was not choosing.
Yeah, anyway, set up an interview booth in a toilet, like in like a private in like a private bathroom. Like that could have been funny and weird and tasteless in a weird way, and present it as real. Like all of a sudden some like journalist comes walking in, and then like Dr. Disrespect pokes his head out up over the stall and is like, "Hey, can I talk to you for a minute?" or some shit. Like,
wait, you're saying he's not a journalist?
Yeah, there's something there that you could do, but like,
well, that was like
the problem is that he's a hack. So he doesn't have.
Well, he was already known for that kind of shock jock level, right? And then so he did that. That got the E3 people pissed off at him.
Well, because like and
they basically booted him out. Yeah,
already embroiled with a bunch of controversy because like there was like the whole like cheating on his wife stuff that was going on at the time, and it's just like it was just it was just like nonstop stuff with that guy for the longest time, straight up until the stream where he got kicked off of YouTube or Twitch. Period.
Like the stream just kind of
you could see him get the notification midstream. He kind of stops talking. He almost starts crying towards the end, and then the stream goes off, and he is never on Twitch again.
And so now we find out more information here.
Find out what that is, because that was the biggest. That was like a secret. Like
it was secret because everybody was under NDA.
Nobody could talk about it. Like Twitch was just like, this is what happened. He's gone. That's it. Like, and he was just like, I'm never streaming there again, guys. And then
he went to YouTube and other places.
So a little bit and went to.
Now we know years later, years have gone by, and his employees, his former and current employees, have come out one by one and started to reveal certain aspects of why he was why he was kicked off of Twitch. And,
you have an ex Twitch employee finally just saying like, this is what happened. And then
I'm not under embargo, so
from there, he pulled his finger out of the dam, and all of the bad vibes came flowing out.
So what happened? So Twitch has the whole whisper DM system, right? And so he was essentially, essentially he was messaging a minor, and we didn't get any of those details. Just that he was messaging a minor back and forth, lewd things, yada yada, and so Twitch kicked him out. When that came to light, all of a sudden there's investigations by all of his partner company, the company that he started with 402, Robert Bowling, other companies, other partners, Turtle Beach. They all did their homework, their research, their own investigations. They asked people. They've been posting and saying, we did our own investigation. We decided to end our partnership. Did our own investigation. And so they all did the investigations. They've been dropping him like crazy. Midnight Society is the company. And then he posts this after Midnight Society drops him yesterday. He says, the Twitch ban. I mean, again, completely in character as Dr. Disrespect.
I want to say that one of the funniest parts of this statement is where he tries to make the play that the Midnight Society thing was mutual. Like,
it was not.
Agreement. And then you have the whatever his name is from there. It's
Robert Bowling,
I do not associate with people that take like it's. He definitely lays it out there that this was not mutual. He did not have a say in this matter at all.
We made the painful decision collectively. No.
They said you're out and you said okay. Like
this is incredible. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? By the way, he re-edited this, edited this whole section over and over again.
He tried so hard not to include the word minor in there, but then realized, like at some point, he realized that there's no way to get around.
The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. They were casual, mutual. that
Yeah,
sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. No, nothing illegal. This is the quintessential To Catch a Predator excuse. I think we posted about that. This is.
Nothing illegal happened because you got caught. Like,
yeah, you got caught. Something illegal, like shit happens. Stuff happens because people don't get caught. You got caught, and that prevented something from happening.
It's the whole like I'm playing with the word of the law kind of thing when you say that like I was never convicted or whatever. Like it was settled. It was settled out of court kind of stuff. That means he didn't win or lose. But whatever. He's a dipshit. He admitted to it in this, but he's gonna play it off like it was just a bad choices. I said sexy things to a minor. We don't know the age of the minor.
Either way,
if it matters, but like it matters, like it only goes very bad, and it just gets worse from there. Like there's actually like it's like were they 13 or 16? Doesn't matter. Although 13 would be insane.
It's just it goes. It just goes on and on, and
then he's on vacation with his family.
He's on vacation with his family. How his family's still with him, I have no idea. That's it. That's why Twitch made the decision in 2020. I love it. All this now with all this said, don't get it fucking mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. And it's been hilarious watching the typical type of protector, the typical type of person that will come to the aid of somebody who is a criminal.
Dear Doc, I keep writing, but you just
I support you. I think it wasn't like I don't know, one of the some of the people were like a firm handshake, my friend. You know what? You admitted it, and that's a bold step forward. We look forward to your healing process. We're gonna say no, doofuses. You would run over with a truck anybody on that you disagreed with that did
as
this.
If he's
but now you're supporting him, this guy.
As if he's owed the platform. Like it's like, eat pound sand, get out of my face.
Touch grass instead of trying to touch ass. That's basically it. Anyways, Dr. Disrespect is great. It's great to have him. Okay, I am firmly in the I am very much a always innocent until proven guilty guy. Always. But in this case, he was proven guilty. There were investigations.
There's different guilties because this is one of those things where it's like he was never going to do jail time for what this was. Proven guilty what? Like it's like no, he wasn't going to get arrested. So it's not like I'm going to have like court paperwork. And even if there was, how many times has somebody been arrested for their crimes and everyone like the people that would defend them still defend them, talking about a crooked system or whatever. I don't give a shit what you think. Dr. Disrespect's a piece of shit. He doesn't deserve a platform. He shouldn't have had a platform after he was originally kicked off. It was very obvious out the gate that some sick shit happened. You just don't permanently ban a cash cow instantly without without it being like serious. But he was allowed to just move on without any punishment. And it was only going to last so long for him. You reap what you sow, and you're probably always going to have a career, but it's not the career you want. You're going to be doing that thing now where you're just streaming to, instead of streaming to 50,000 people, you're going to be streaming to 5,000 people or whatever. It's just like it's like so many people have just you're gonna cling to it for as long as you possibly can, and it's gonna be sad. But I don't care. It should be sad. You're an asshole, and not just because of the character that you played that sucked. Your soul sucks in reality, and I'm not gonna mince words on this. I don't respect a person like this.
Nope, not at all. As a parent, I mean, it gets even more when you are a parent. You've got a kid that's like a targeted individual. On the internet. So
all
I'm gonna say is it's difficult from what happens next to him, right? All I can say, which he's totally not listening to, it doesn't matter. None of his none of his sleazeball little fanatics are listening to us, which is okay.
Worms,
none of the worms, none of the dorks, the dweebs, the nerds, the geeks, the junk folk. Sorry, all those words. You do not double down in a message like that.
Yeah.
You admit your guilt. You admitted it and say, I fucked up. And I'm going to take time to figure shit out because I need to figure like that's it. That's all you say. That's your quiet. You do not try to defend yourself because you're not a lawyer. Do not try to post any information. Just say, I fucked up. I admit my mistakes. I'm going to seek help. That's it. That's all you do. And then you disappear for a very long time until something down the line says that you can come out of your cave. Maybe there's a nuclear warhead dropping and you got to escape, but that's it. Like, that's it. You take it. You take it like a man and you get out.
But the people like this have such like huge egos that like
it's their ego. Yeah.
He has a lawyer. You don't be as big as Dr. Disrespect and not have a lawyer.
He's got lawyers. I'm sure he's got lawyers.
Some lawyer absolutely told him not to write that.
Yeah.
Or he just didn't go to anyone and just went rogue and made a statement, which is like,
well, he went rogue, obviously, because he kept editing it.
Yeah. So,
and his lawyer probably caught up to him and said, you can't say that. Hey, bro, we saw you post this. Adjust. I'm eating. This is so freaking good, these Cheetah.
Good radio.
Right now, do you hear the crunching?
Yeah. ASMR. Cheeto ASMR.
Anyways.
Yeah.
They want to disappear.
Let's move on. I want to have fun now.
Let's talk good stuff.
Yeah.
There were a few game announcements over the last week that I did want to touch on. This one was revealed. Actually, you got the PR for this yesterday, and they said, "Hey guys, guess what? There's this really cool thing coming." I didn't get the PR. I think it's because your hands are in the pockets of Atari that you got this info.
Big digital eclipse. Yeah.
No, you get you're on the kind of. There's like multiple PR lists. There's some depending on if you get like advanced information or not. Whatever. You got information like 4 hours ahead of time, and that's this. Explain this.
So they announced this morning that the Atari 50th Anniversary Edition is going to be getting a new, updated, and expanded physical edition.
That's wild.
There's actually 2 releases that they're doing. They're doing a standard and the Steelbook, and the Steelbook comes with some cool bonuses. Fake little mini marquees, some trading cards. A replica of Al Alcorn's business card is kind of ridiculous, but I respect it. Like, for those that don't know, he's basically the he like Pong and Breakout man. That's like, he's the man. And to go with this, they're also adding 2 new branches to the documentary timeline.
Yeah.
One of them is like an Atari Beyond kind of thing, where it's going to have a handful of new interviews and stuff with like Al Alcorn, and it's going to be talking about weird stuff like the creation of the Fuji logo, the 3 lines that go up thing, and where that came from. And like, one of the games they said is included in this is Berserk, which is sick. Berserk's really cool. That 2600 version of Berserk, or I don't know which version it is.
Something like that. Yeah.
Is kind of cool. And the second timeline is the first console war, which focuses on Mattel's weird moment in time where Mattel had the Intellivision, which Atari recently bought the rights for. They own Intellivision now. So, but also during the 2600 days, Mattel was putting 2600 versions of their Intellivision games out. So it's going to sort of focus on that and some of the I forget what it's called. The M. Let's see if I can.
The
M Network. the M
Okay.
Network games,
Wow.
which was Mattel Network.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was that was the branding they did to put out some of the Burger Time,
sure.
Bump and Jump,
Yep.
things like that. M Network also had some like ridiculous licensed games, and I wonder if one of those will pop up because they did the Masters of the Universe game on the Atari
Mm-hmm.
and the Kool-Aid Man game for
Oh
the
God,
Atari.
yeah, yeah,
So that'll be interesting. I kind of
yeah.
like that. This is putting the Mattel section in the Atari because that was a big time
Mm-hmm.
for video games, and it kind of has to go. Like when the set first came out, it had to go completely ignored because Intellivision was owned by a completely separate entity, and they weren't going to include or even really talk about the Intellivision too much. Because, but now that it's there, it's kind of cool to have them go in and basically have a Mattel Intellivision section of all of the Intellivision games or a
Mm-hmm.
selection of Intellivision games that were uh, adapted for the 2600 like systems. It's neat. I'm excited. This will be the second major update to it because they updated it around Christmas, I think,
Something like
with
that. Yeah, yeah.
with like
With some more
a
games, yeah.
bunch of new games like Aqua Venture and stuff like that.
They've
So,
done great with this collection.
yeah,
Like, didn't expect it to continue
yeah.
growing
I,
like
I
it did.
suspect
Yeah.
I suspect if they didn't buy Intellivision, like that's just a bonus. We probably would have still gotten the first timeline that they announced in this
Sure.
announcement, but buying Intellivision really put them all in on probably making this
Yeah.
like a big expansion and putting out a physical edition like this.
So it's $39.99, and if you want the physical steelbook version, which is only on Switch. That'll be
Yeah,
$49.99.
yeah.
And you get art cards. You get like I said, the market. It's cool. It's a great collection,
Yeah, this
and
fall you'll be able to buy the expansion as DLC.
yes, that's
If
what
you
I'll end up
already
doing.
have the standard, yeah, because I have it on PC,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's probably the biggest route.
Nice.
I mean, I'm going to buy the physical edition. I'm going to get those Switch Steelbook edition,
Yep.
but I will be playing it on PC.
Yeah. Well, oddly enough, a game that was announced last week, but is now, oh, look, it launched today,
Yeah,
is the biggest sequel ever, Beyond Good and Evil 2. No, wait, Beyond Good and Evil 2.
there's a
Beyond
2
Good
in
and
there.
Evil. There's a 2 in there. 20th. The anniversary edition launched today. Today,
Yeah,
today. Um,
kind of looks like
uh,
shit, but like aesthetically,
I
but I
mean,
don't care. Like
it's
whatever. It is what it
it's
is.
weird. It's like I don't know what people were thinking it was like. No, I'm not. I, the visuals never looked good for Beyond Good and Evil. I want people to understand. Just like you look at like Tomb Raider, the original Tomb Raider, and when I played this updated version, controls like garbage. It is horrific controls. You should not play these Tomb Raider games that were just released, right? Because you buy it if you're just holding on to it for history because you want to see what they look like, but they're horrible. This game probably visually also not that great, but let me see if I can
I think the original one looked perfectly fine.
I'm gonna
The
share this
HD
chat
one
instead.
the HD one that they put out on like the
Yeah.
360 and the PS3 was a really good HD remastering. I don't think that the filter that they put on this and the sort of like changes they
Yeah,
made
yeah.
don't look good. But it doesn't affect the gameplay all that
None
much.
of it affects it. It's just visual.
Yeah, it's just like it's still like it's suffering from a lot of the problems that a lot
Yes.
of these games are kind of having these days. It's not specific to this game. Like
No.
when you sort of update these PS2 era games and try to make them crisp, you lose. Like because like it's gets rid of all of
Yeah.
the stuff that they use to hide the
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah.
It's
The whole Ocarina of Time
yeah.
foggy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or like the Night Dive Turok versus
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Nintendo 64 Switch Online
Yep.
Turok is night and day because
Yep.
like the fog was there for a reason,
Right.
and it's the same thing with this. But I mean, Beyond Good and Evil is a fun game. Still
It's
is a fun
still a
game.
fun game. Yeah.
I don't know, like, but that's like to people that have never played it before. I don't think it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's been mostly because it's been
20 years.
and every element from this has been taken into other games, other projects.
I mean, like,
so
I kind of like, it's cool. Like, there's not a lot of photography based action games. So, and if they are, they're usually horror. So
right, yeah,
horror or casual. So there's some cool ideas here, and
like, it's supposedly I haven't played it, but they said there's a link to Beyond Good and Evil 2, which is sure. That's still being worked on, right? Yeah.
The link is, if you don't buy this, we're canceling it. That's
there you go. There you go. And then really that actually came out of another
LRG3.
LRG3, which I'm trying to find here. Where did I put that? Where did I put that link? I just had the image up. Whatever. Limited Run Games had come on. Here you go. Share this tab instead. Here we go.
A bunch of stuff.
20 games. Thank you to Eurogamer. 20 games like Fear Effect, Gex, Tomba 2. You can go ahead and watch the video. Limited Run Games is an interesting company because initially they just released games that re-release games from the back.
Here's how Limited Run Games worked initially. They started off as sort of like a company bred out of the fact that the Vita was dying and everything was going digital. So they were manufacturing physical Vita games. And when they moved to more stuff, PS4 in particular, they started doing this thing that really made them limited run, in the sense where they chose the number. And you had to just go online and order it. And if you weren't fast enough, you didn't get it. Eventually they switched the sort of process, and now it's just sort of open pre-orders for everything. And for the most part, even nowadays, they've kind of completely broken the mold because they've gone digital now. They're like,
they make their own games.
They make their own games. They have the Carbon engine, which is,
I think that Rose and Camellia game is based on
Limited Run. It's Limited Run. It's running off of the Carbon engine, which is their big thing right now. That Rugrats game is coming out. They basically exclusively work with Shantae.
So let's look at what was announced. Obviously Beyond Good and Evil, Bubsy in. I like Bubsy in : the perfect collection.
Yeah, because every game was titled that way, Bubsy in, because they want to. And so that actually seems like Bubsy sucks, but that's kind of a neat collection because it has the 16-bit games, it has the Game Boy game, and it has the really, really shitty PlayStation 1 game on it, which is cool.
Clock Tower, I love the Clock Tower stuff. But then Fear Effect, that's cool.
That's a big one.
Fun game. Yeah.
Fear Effect's been unavailable for a long time. There's that G.I. Joe game that I played the demo.
G.I. Joe and Hitman, Blood Money. Hitman keeps coming back, baby.
Yeah, Blood Money is universally considered the best of the original Hitmans before it became what it is now. So
Hitman.
Yeah.
Hitsman. Hitsman. Lollipop Chainsaw Repop. We already knew that was coming, but now they kind of show a little bit more.
Ninja 5-0, man.
Ninja 5-0, baby.
If you haven't played Ninja, that is one of the greatest Game Boy Advance games.
Yeah, it was cool. Platform. It was. Yeah. Penny's Big Breakaway, which is a really fun platforming game.
Rugrats game looks
Rugrats. Good. I'm looking forward to that Rugrats game.
So that Shantae game, in case anyone is curious, that one is a canceled Game Boy Advance game that they're just bringing to modern day.
Yeah. They finally said, let's finish it up, bring it to modern day. Toxic Crusaders, which you weren't massively in love with.
Yeah, but that was also brand new. It was just janky when I first saw it. It's got to be better by now, right?
And then Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus for Switch, which is
for the Switch.
Fun.
Yeah, that's a weird one, but
so there we go. Yeah, that's.
And they also announced they've got something in the works with Grasshopper.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, something else.
Announce what it was.
But we know it's
gonna be Shadows of the Damned.
Shadows of the Damned, yeah, which is cool. I loved Shadows of the Damned. Loved that game. That was a good game.
We saw it at PAX East. It was great.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. Good stuff.
Gex, baby. Gex trilogy, baby.
Yep.
Dana presents Gex.
Yeah. Let's get into games that we are playing now, though.
Yeah.
And I want to start with you because I'm going to finish on a little bit of it's a preview. It's not a new game.
Yeah, you're freed from embargo.
Yeah, and now I'm finally freed from embargo, so I posted it. But I'm gonna share this. You have been playing sports,
baby. You know me, big sports ball head.
Sports guy.
I went to a Mariners game on Father's Day with my dad. I watched the Seahawks. I'm a big crackhead. Listen, back in the early 90s, there was a franchise called Mutant League. It started off, it was from EA, and it started off with Mutant League Football, which was basically Madden but violent with zombies.
I thought I hit the play button. I did not.
So that was cool. Mutant League Football and Mutant League Hockey, which was the sequel, were two of my like go-to rentals back in the day. Go to Blockbuster, go to Hollywood Video back when they had Genesis games, and get Home Video Express, whatever it was, just rent one of those a lot. I loved Mutant Football League. And there was even a cartoon in the 90s for Mutant League.
That's right, yeah.
For like a toy line and everything. I love Mutant League. So I had several years ago on Kickstarter, the co-creator, like the creator of Mutant League Football, took the Kickstarter to get a spiritual successor off the ground. It failed, but he kept to it, and inevitably, Mutant Football League came out, and it was fine. It wasn't great. It was a little janky, but it's an independent studio, and this is kind of the only. These two games are the only games they've really done. And it launched in a terrible state, but it came around by the end. They added a bunch of stuff to it and turned out to be a pretty good game. It's much more blitz than the original Mutant League Football. The original Mutant League Football was in the Madden engine. It was a Madden game with some arcade nonsense in it. Mutant Football League is blitz. This is 100% blitz. You get to attack your players or the referees outside of plays. You can literally kill opponents. So a cool thing about this one in particular is the gameplay is the same as the
What are you playing this on?
PC, Steam.
Okay.
Yeah. Provided a code from them, just for full disclosure. And it's an early access, so it's not done yet.
Okay.
This is still early access. But it plays, it's almost identical to the original one, but they just kind of touched it up a bit. Took a couple of things away that I kind of miss. There's no halftime shows right now, but it could come. It has Kitzrow as the announcer, which is just like wild and perfect. Like Kitzrow is the voice of this thing. For anyone who doesn't know who Kitzrow is, he's the announcer from NBA Jam. He's on fire. Like he's in here, he's doing his Kitzrow bullshit. It's great. I love it. And what's cool about this is that the field is booby trapped, and you can fight after plays, and you have dirty tactics that you can do. There's when you go to your thing, you can choose different tactics. Like you can bribe the referee to let you maybe get a little get a little extra out after a tackle or something, or maybe a late hit, or maybe start the play, maybe jump the play a little bit. And one of my favorites is the long bomb, which is you go for a Hail Mary pass, but you've rigged the ball to be explosive. So if it's intercepted, it will kill the other player.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it benefits you to throw an interception if you choose the long bomb. Aim for one of your players that is being covered, and the other player will catch it. They will explode and they will die. and that's a common thing. Like, it's not injuries, your dude just dies. So it's a fun blitz ass football game. It's like when I first started playing it, some features weren't even there. There was no online play or whatever, but it's all there now.
How many players are on the side in this? What is it, like 7?
Yeah, I think it's like 7v7.
Okay.
And it's fun. Like, all of the okay, I have the list of all of the team names in here that I want to read these off to you. Okay,
that's awesome.
You have the Malice Hellboys.
Cowboys, yeah.
The generic team is the Midway Mutants. That's the sort of mascot team for both this and Mutant Football League. So that's the generic. You have the Motor City Maniacs, which would be like, that's not a parody name, but whatever. The New Yuck Threats. And the New Yuck Tyrants. The Nuked London Patriots.
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
The Carolina Panzers. San Francisco 40 Nightmares.
Yeah, that's actually not bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Snuffalo Thrills. Blitzburg Steelheads. Baltimore Razors.
Ooh, Baltimore.
The Cardinal Sins, which is really good. It's not really a pun, but it's, it's the Cardinals, whatever. The Cracksome Skull Jugulars.
Okay.
The Miami Krakens.
Instead of Dolphins.
The Carcass City Creeps. And the Philadelphia Evils. Wow. And there are more teams. Like, a lot of these are all returning teams. They added a lot more teams in the original game later on, so there's going to be more parody teams, and they even like the players all have, like, the quarterbacks and stuff, and key players all have parody versions. Like, Patrick Mahomes is like Hat Trick Mahomes or something. Like, it's fun, and they, like, they're all zombies and orcs and monsters and stuff. They got rid of, like, the Wolfman that was in the original game or the first game, but this is just a fun football game. Unnecessary manslaughter. Yeah, there you go. If you like Blitz and, like, real Blitz, this is a great alternative. Sweet. I mean, it's sillier, obviously. It's like Blitz wasn't really, like, the booby trap field I could probably do without. Like, I don't need circular saws chopping me up or something, but at the same time, like, the whole conceptually, that's what Mutant Football League, Mutant League Football were all about, was just sort of like it's not just football, it's a war zone. And they're kind of playing into that. But gameplay wise, it plays a lot like Blitz. It's very simple plays. You want your pass play and your running play, and your kicks are, all the buttons are kind of exactly what you expect them to be, like kickoffs. It's like if you've played Blitz or Madden, you'll be able to, like, pick this up and play it, understand it. There's some nuance with some of the, like, dirty tactics and some of the other sort of more violent aspects of the game, but, like, overall, it's a pretty straightforward football game with a great personality. It's fun to just beat up a guy after you tackle them, and, like, drop an elbow on him, and then, like, beat up the referee after a play or something. It's no, I like it. It's an early access. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. This is not a review. Like, this is just coverage. Like, this is not a thing that's out. It's still, like, actively being worked on, and they're listening to the reviews and stuff. And
we need more. We need more football games out there. Like, we
both had that. Right? Yeah, we had that one Kaepernick game that we played.
With the wild card football, which is not bad. It's not bad. It's just kind of light on content, but not bad.
I think this game plays better.
Okay.
Than that wild card football, but just because it's classic arcade Blitz.
Sure. Yeah, it goes all in on the arcadeness.
Yeah, and I'm gonna having Kits Row in there goes a long ways, I think. Like, NBA Jam is still fun if you play it on mute, but, like, And this is
You
the
want
same
the
thing.
audio,
Like this
yeah.
is still fun. Like the audio
Sweet.
just adds to it. Kitsro's energy just always in the way he announces these things. It goes a long way. This is definitely like, yeah, you're not gonna be putting the same amount of time in this as you would
Sure.
a Madden game, but like
Yeah.
on
That's not what it's about.
yeah, on Steam Deck, this is great. This
Sweet.
is great. Yeah.
Sweet.
I definitely recommend checking it out if you're looking for something that's not Madden, but you want to play football. So yeah.
Cool. Mutant Football League? Is it
Yeah, I was going to apologize to the developers at some point because I was going to say I am going to call it Mutant League Football because that's the franchise that I grew up on.
Yeah.
To be fair, Mutant Football League is a much better name because it makes the initials MFL, which is makes much more sense than MLF. MILF versus mother.
And you've been playing something else too, right? You've been playing a genre that we absolutely love here at SideQuest.
About every 4 months we have to talk about a stinking Picross game.
This is Jupiter.
It's Jupiter, so real Picross heads out there. Yeah, this is Picross. Yeah, this is Picross S Namco Legendary Edition. It's just Picross with Namco puzzles.
Love it.
And music. I'm going to be honest, the music's kind of irritating for something like this. Listening to
I never have the music on when I'm
listening to the mappy music while trying to solve a puzzle kind of fucking sucks. But yeah, I definitely mute this stuff. It's Picross.
Cool.
I like the themed ones. I like making puzzles of guys that I know as opposed to just sort of the generic
these have got
stuff.
little animations and stuff. That's neat.
Yeah. It kind of has a remember Tetris DS?
Yeah.
It's doing that thing where there's just like stuff going on in the background while you're playing it, and it's just like, hey, there goes Mappy.
It's alive.
Look at it go.
There's Pac-Mans.
Yeah. Hey, Inky, Blinky, and Clyde. What are you doing? It's got multiplayer.
That's cool.
Which is weird. I'll never play that. I don't want to play. I do not play Picross for that emotion. I play Picross because I'm in my bed, sleepy. I just want to chill, man. It's great. It's Jupiter's Picross is great. And I love it. Also, I will share video game related and playing related.
Show me this.
Not an actual video game. Mega Bloks has been kind of killing it with the Pokemon stuff in particular.
Yeah, they have.
Pokemon and Hot Wheels, surprisingly.
They
put out some cool stuff. I got Bone Shaker not that long ago. It's like Hot Wheels. It's sick. But
that was cool. I remember you talking about that one.
Yeah, the Pokemon stuff has been really cool.
Okay.
Like I think I showed it not that long ago. Hopefully my camera doesn't die, but my little pixel guys up there.
Yep, there they are.
Those are Mega Bloks, but you put little pixel art out of them, and they have the 3 starters in Pikachu. I really like those. And I have a big life-size Bulbasaur that they did. But recently, and when I say recently, I mean this weekend.
Yeah.
Exclusively at Targets, you can get the Kanto Pokedex.
That is cool.
Yeah,
these are going to be collectible items, that's for sure.
It opens up. You get a bunch of these little lenticular cards, screens, and they're lenticular. I went with Eevee because Eevee rules. It also has the 3 starters and Pikachu, and it's also got a light.
Look at that.
So it folds up. It has a great stand that you can display it on, and it holds all of the
it's pretty affordable too.
It's $35, which is for if Lego were to make this would be $70.
Yeah, right.
And so in order to change the cards out, it has this little easy to pop off little section back there.
Oh, look at that! That's cool.
You just push the card out, and it just pops right out. And you put the
That's designed.
It's well designed. Mega Bloks used to be garbage. You used to spend a lot of money on Mega Bloks for high-end sets, and pieces didn't fit together well. They were made poorly. I remember I had the Technodrome. They did like a full-size Technodrome from Ninja Turtles one time, and it was very expensive for the time for being not Lego. And it came with like a lot of wrong pieces. Like it's the wrong color. Like, and it's not just because I put it somewhere else. Like it was just wrong. QC was bad, but I haven't had a problem with Mega Bloks in a while, and they've got a lot of cool sets now, and they have a lot of Pokemon stuff. They have a Pokeball that has the same glowing light on it. So like I don't know what we were talking about it not that long ago. They got that 360.
Yeah. What's also interesting is that like what Mattel really purchased them in like 2014, which is like it's recent. So they were a Canadian company.
Also they are not Mega Bloks anymore. I'm calling them Mega Bloks. They are just Mega.
They're just mega brands.
Certain ones like the Pokemon stuff is not like it's just Mega. Like there are certain like other construction sets where they call them Mega constructs or whatever, but like it's just Mega. Yeah. They wanted to distance themselves from the Mega Bloks branding.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, I have been playing something. Actually, I take it back. I haven't been playing something. I played something over at Summer Game Fest. I played a few things at Summer Game Fest. As I've been talking about them over the last couple weeks. And I think I mentioned before that there's different embargoes for each of these things. There's actually an embargo tomorrow that I'm writing something up for right now that I
gotta know. Has other people talked about it? Like, it's like, are you under embargo, or is it still
for this thing that's being talked about tomorrow?
Yeah. Have you seen it somewhere else?
Somebody mentioned it and forgetting that there was an embargo. Okay. But nobody else has really talked about just one
because there were a couple of things that you were under embargo for that I saw talked about in several articles.
Yeah.
Like people just did not care about the embargoes.
They did not care
this year.
Stay tuned to SideQuest.com. You can find out more about whatever it is that I was talking about. However, I have been. I did get a chance to try out Dune Awakening. Now, I've got to say right now, I've become a Dune fanatic. Let me start from the beginning here.
Real Dune head.
Real Dune head. And go ahead and read the article that's associated with this that I wrote up. Definitely not an MMO guy. And this is a survival MMO. But the way that it was explained to me and the way it was shown to us, like this was hands off, somebody else was playing it, is that it's sort of an alternate history of Arrakis, right? In this case, Timothy Chalamet was never born. And then
not
Timothy. No. It's a completely different Arrakis, right? It's Jessica had a girl.
It looks like it
instead of having a boy, and then it's like a whole what if scenario that's opened up a ton of story possibilities, like Leto never dies. Leto Atreides never dies. Because they don't go after a male heir, yada yada yada. The Harkonnen, and so there's a war going on between the Harkonnens and the House Atreides, House Harkonnen, and the Fremen are in there, mercenaries are in there. There's factions all over this planet. This is taking several, I don't know how long into this war that's been going on, probably several years, but it's a crafting survival MMO. So you can play this like a single player game, right? So they have these smaller maps, which are, I think, upwards of like 40 people can be on these small regions. And there's different types of zones. There's like, I think these small regions are sort of called the peace zones, and that it's peace in that you cannot attack any of the other 39 people on this. You're just interacting with them, trading with them, doing stuff with them. Then there's I think the others, I forget the name of the other zone, but it kind of scales up to a zone where you can have full on PvP and attacking. And that's a huge area. So again, small area, it's like 8 by 8 kilometers roughly in size, but they have all different types of biomes. Like you kind of see this stuff here. Obviously Arrakis is a desert planet, but doesn't mean that everything is just sand. There's also like, sort of stone areas. There's ships. graveyards. There's underground, a bunch of different underground areas. There's volcanoes, that kind of stuff. So the biomes aren't like, you're not going to have an ice and jungle, but you are going to have like different variations of like tech and earth and planet and that kind of stuff. That stuff is kind of cool. So you can play this single player. You choose a faction, and you can eventually work your way up to choose which of the two houses that you want to join. And there's like a whole narrative that's told with CG and a bunch of stuff. And they didn't say if there was a sort of end game, because if an end game on an MMO is always kind of weird, but it's probably similar to like what Final Fantasy 14 and others are doing, in that there is sort of a main goal, but you keep going after that. So so that's the 8x8 kilometer size, really single player base. Then you get to the large areas, which are ginormous. It's like this big giant, I forget what they call it, something desert, whatever, the open desert, a deep desert. And that's a 460 square kilometer area. So you go from a 64 square kilometer area to a 460 square kilometer area, just massive. That's where you have, like I said, the PvP. You have guilds. You have what they were showing in that video there, by the way, was there's like a whole mentor system. So as you create your character, you kind of choose a mentor, and they act as your guides. You kind of learn things from them. There's no classes in this game either. It's really sort of an open-ended skill tree. Like, you really just advance what you feel comfortable advancing. If you want to try to unlock everything, go for it. But it's really more about you being able to do whatever you want to do without being kind of tied to a class system. So, but yeah, giant areas sounded really interesting. They kind of focused on the smaller aspects. It's funny because they do have worms in this, obviously. And you have to be careful. Like this area here, they were mining stone, this sort of iron sand and iron stone. And it was funny because as he's mining this stuff, he overhears like on the radio, like, hey, we blasted a ship, or whatever. And we're like, oh crap, what does that mean? And so he kind of pans the camera up, and he sees a ship exploding in the sky and starting to plummet to Earth. They're not scripted. These moments are not scripted. There can be random, like, obviously it's a war going on, so the ships can get attacked in the sky and they fall to the planet. And your goal is to get to these ships and loot them as much as you can, because there's all kinds of cool resources and weapons and tools and tech. And there's also radiation, so you got to build up your radiation defense. It just seemed really interesting from that standpoint of you can play this by yourself if you want to, but then you really can dive into the whole MMO side of things with, like I said, with guilds and that kind of stuff. It can become a pretty massive game if that's what you actually want. I'm going to switch to the story trailer here. But it's Dune, man. I love Dune. It's interesting taking an alternate history take, because you can get away with a lot of stuff. You can flub things. You don't have to worry about being super accurate on some stuff. I mean, yeah, they did want to focus on the accuracy of the planet, but like I said, being alternate history, you can kind of have fun with the way things develop. But surprisingly, looking forward to a game like this. Like I said, I'm not an MMO guy, but you had me at Dune. I wasn't quite sure what to think when I signed up for this. I'm like, man, why did I sign up for an MMO? And I signed up for 2 MMOs when I was out at Summer Game Fest. This is the second one. And it just seems really cool. I love the story aspects, the premise behind it, and then just the whole, there's Jessica and Leto, just the whole idea of what you can accomplish. And like I said, I'm just going to play this as a single player. I might venture into the deep desert and do stuff if I want to. Oh, what real interesting, they have these things called Coriolis storms in the deep desert, which helps kind of reset everything every week or so. So you have the big giant space, go in there after you've done the stuff that you want in your kind of 40-person zone. You can build up your base in the deep desert. You can join the guild. You guys can do all kinds of different stuff. You can take on each other. You can store things. You can build things. But you better get the stuff out before the Coriolis storm comes in, because when that storm comes in, it will wipe everything in that zone. So you will lose
It's kind of
all the
becoming a
stuff.
trend in gaming lately,
Yeah,
where they
yeah,
have
yeah.
the environmental stuff
Yeah,
that you have to
yes.
you either work with it or it works
Yep,
against you and stuff.
exactly.
Yeah.
And in this case as well, the sand, because it's a sand based, planet, the sand shifts, things can change in this big giant zone. So you go back to it after the Coriolis storm once a week, and stuff's in different locations, and it helps kind of keep things fresh. Some stuff is covered, some stuff is uncovered. The layout's changed. So it does kind of do a nice way of resetting things, so that if you feel like you're falling behind, bro, you only got like 7 days to worry about before you can kind of restart, go off, do your single player stuff or your smaller campaign level things, and then come in. You can fly ornithopters, which is kind of cool as well. I thought that was kind of a neat thing. There's a bunch of different vehicles in this game and a bunch of different methods of attacking that I think were kind of cool. A lot of verticality and traversal and climbing, because as you see in the movies, you're kind of bouncing and doing stuff. So there's definitely that cool vertical jump and bounce. But yeah, Dune Awakening, again, surprised that I was as interested in this as I was, because I'm not an MMO guy, but it seemed pretty interesting. I'm looking forward. They don't have a release date. They have a beta going on right now. But that you can kind of sign up for a secret closed beta, whatever. But yeah, who knows when it'll show up? But
It's probably gonna be a while, but
it'll probably be a while. These types of games, you need a lot of time to really flesh them out, make sure they're working, and there's not a lot of crazy
working
crap.
as intended.
Yeah,
not just necessarily working, but working how you want people to play something that has so many users at once.
Right.
Frank Herbert's from my hometown. He was born in Tacoma, Washington.
Oh yeah.
So there's weird, you go to an area where I go to movies and they have the Frank Herbert Trail and stuff like that. He was here until he was 18 and then he fucking dipped. Sure.
Yeah,
but I like to have the goofy things with my friends where it's just the Tacoma inspirations for Dune, he thought of the sandworms when he went to Frisco Freeze to
throw some real recent things in there. Yeah. Dune Awakening coming out whenever, I think it's on PCs, Xbox, and PlayStation.
Yeah.
Cool.
Get your Dune popcorn buckets ready for this.
Yeah, there you go. I am not here next week. I'm on vacation, so you guys are gonna be without me for a week. And this guy, Mr. JJ, is gonna take control and completely sync the podcast.
We're streaming straight to X, baby.
Streaming straight to X. It's gonna feature Dr. Disrespect. No, it is
it's already sent the email.
I already sent the email. But yeah, so I will miss y'all, but you are in good hands.
Listen, if you want to know, go back last week. Zach and I,
that was fun.
Mike, the brilliant mind behind the Quest 64 Twitter account. And it was a fun show.
It was a really good show. You guys did really good. Yeah.
I was very interested to see why and how, and to basically to learn the kind of guy he is and how I could hang with this guy. We kind of had the same sensibilities. This dude's only missing 2 Japanese Nintendo 64 games for
that was a cool conversation about the games that he was missing. That was neat. That was cool. Yeah, go ahead, check that out. And hey, you never know what might pop up on the next episode.
Yeah, who knows what bullshit I have planned next week.
But with that, I will let y'all go. I will let you go, JJ. I'll let everyone. Thank you to our lovely viewers and listeners. Always a pleasure. Thanks to everybody who chimed in. Feel free to let us know anything. Hop into the Discord. Visit us, sidequesting.com. You can find the big Discord button there on the right-hand side. Join us. We welcome people in.
Share your favorite Dr. Disrespect.
We have someone talking about. We have one of the folks is showing off all the Metroid amiibo that they have, which is really freaking cool. Metroid amiibo are probably my favorite amiibo.
They're the ones that did the best.
They did do the best. You don't have the P stand link, but yeah.
Dark Samus,
Dark Samus is so
is a criminally underrated amiibo. They did they didn't just paint Samus
They
black.
re-released it too.
Yeah, they've been
Dark
re-releasing
Samus has been
everything. I've seen,
which is cool.
I
I'm
like
missing like 2,
yeah.
which is great. And so amiibos are dumb. Sorry, not sorry. You know what, Exadramoose?
You're dumb.
You're dumb.
Boom.
Your face, gotcha.
Boom.
Shows you the next time I'm going drinking with you, probably when I get back, right when I get back from Italy. With that said, you can find us at sidequesting.com, sidequesting TV on all the video platforms, Discord.
You're more like Mr.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
You didn't earn your PhD. You're Mr. Disrespect.
I'm the junior disrespect. JJ, they can find you at _double_J. You can find me at Dolly Demowski, wherever. Doesn't matter. Just find us in Discord. Please
see
rate,
photos of comic books.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Rate, review, subscribe. Do that. All that stuff helps. Click the little like button on YouTube or on Twitch or follow. It does help. You hear it a lot and you're like, oh, I shouldn't do this. Please do it because it's actually really helpful.
We want to be in the algorithm. We want to be in the algorithm. That's it.
Yes.
That's all we want.
Yes.
We want to pop up on some unsuspecting.
Would you rather us be in the algorithm or somebody way better than us? And I think you know the answer.
I think you know the answer. You want the mainline garbage, just like
you want
everyone else.
You want the mainline garbage. With that said, we'll leave you to all of your garbage and say goodbye. See you on the next episode of The Side Quest. Bye. I'm gonna go with this hand. Let's high five each other.
Wait. Yeah. Actually, we pulled it out. Pulled it out pretty good.